Right, good morning and welcome to Black Country Blitz PC Gaming. And this morning I'm chilling out with a bit of Great British Railway Journeys from the same people that bring us Train Simulator 2022 now. Excuse me. It was his Dovetail. That's the developers. But this is a spin-off, so it's exactly the same. It's just got different scenarios and different things to do. So I'm going to start off with this one, Southbound to King's Cross. So without further, let's begin. Now, it'll take a couple of seconds for it to do what it's got to do. That's better. Game's based off the same TV series called Great British Railway Journeys. I can't think of the guy that does it, but you know, I'm sure everybody that seen it knows exactly who I'm on about, the presenter. Thought his face would actually come up. It does when it starts the game, but of course I ate in the middle. I'm in the middle of my day start. The starting credits did I? So anyway, what we got to do then? You're currently at Peterborough awaiting your departure time. Release the doors to allow passenger board before driving this service to London King's Cross, calling the steerage along the way. Okay. So let's make sure we're picking up passengers. Yep, doors are open. Whether I'm picking up passengers is a different thing. Anyway, get me train ready. Put one set of lights on. So, go via sand ducts first, whoever that is. Now, I'm using Trackir as it works in this, and it's fantastic, so it's all good. Fighting at 2:07, so come on train, hurry up. You're making me below schedule on time. Stick red out. Come on then. Okay, time to depart, driver. And there we go. I don't want to speed. As this game does penalise you if you speed. Oh, God. I felt like that was right next to me then, especially in this hero. It really did sound awesome. And when you've been having a busy day and doing mad crazy things like I have done today, you sit back and relax and just chill out. Trying to drive a train is awesome. It really is. Anyway, I've gone 105 mile an hour from nothing. Right, let's get it on. So we're going Sandy Ups Fast, wherever that is. Never heard of it, but hey. This is a fast train, so let's just see how fast it can go. Well, it says 115 mile an hour there. We've got to get it up to 105 first. So by the time I get to this 115, we should be up to the speed we need to be. And that's motoring. That really is. There we go. I don't expect me to stop very soon. Alright, let's bring this down a little bit. Let's coast. Still doing 112 mile an hour. Awesome. Now you can come out the game, as in, there we go. That's what I like. So he goes past. A bit like the car games, got all different angles. You've got this fly out angle. Just quickly have a look. You got all your scenery as the train goes past. Again, I really mastered all this yet, but we get in there anyway. Time to lose 6 mile an hour. The sign says 100. To different parts of the station. You're wondering where all them different pings are. Ways of letting the driver know different things while he's driving. And if the control A being pressed in a certain amount of the time, the train will automatically put its brakes on. Which I think's ever so good. I mean, it's something just for the game, it's in real life, yeah? It's a safety mechanism. Trains. You'll see them as we drive over them, yeah? So that little, I'll show you next time. So it ain't just driving in straight line, it's understanding what I'm driving. I hear the crossing. There we go. These things here. I'll bleep. Yeah? That's will make me go with an alarm. Because I'm moving about a bit. I'm moving, you know, the throttle, stuff like that. It's dropping the alarm in for setting the brake off. Just prevents people from going to sleep at the wheel, eh? Or the controls in this matter. Anyway, let's get this up to 125. So we've still got 24 miles left to travel. Indicated here. That's the time. That's the approximate time I'm going to reach there. Bring that down. I don't want to get hard for speeding. I'm actually in points at the moment, rather than being penalised. are on the actual train simulator game itself. I've bought a lot more DLCs than actually what's on this great train journey. So I might, in a minute, load up the other one, and we'll do a stream off that as well as this great British train journeys. Ain't no difference, just I've got like the London Underground and a few more stations and a few more trains. Than this. Plus as well you get the Steam Workshop ones. Now this might give me a buzzer. No, I thought it was an orange one. An orange one is, I might have to prepare me to slow down, so it gives me a sign to acknowledge I've seen it or I've heard it or whatever. Still got 20 miles to travel. ...123 mile, 122 mile an hour. High speed train. Well, let's go through a few things while I'm on the dashboard that I know already. This is a tilt mechanism. So if I was to tilt, whichever way I tilt, that's the way it would go. Of course, up and down. It moves around. Of course, we're on the flat now. As some trains do tilt as they go round. So if you go into like the green's okay, now further out, you got the chance of derailing. Next, of course, is our speed. I've always said what these are. Time it is now. Time should be there. And how many miles we've got left to do. Estimated time of arrival. Throttle. Forward, neutral and reverse. This is another brake, but we are using it on this train. This is water and steam and brake cylinder pressure. So you have to build up the pressure for the train. Window wipers, they all work. Lights, front and back of the train. That's for the electrics over the top of it to power it. That's of course the doors to open the carriage. Sand is what supplies to brakes. I don't know if it's on this train. We've got a horn and we've got a bell. This side we've got lean out the window that way. This side our overhead alternative views. So if I go back into the cab, I'm in the middle of the train now. Look at an alternative view. I'm at the side. Yeah. So different views while I'm driving the train. Yeah. Let's just get my speed back up. See, it dips while I'm talking, so let's get it back up to the 20s. And then I can put it in the middle. Again, fly out view, which you move with your camera, and of course to get further away you use your arrow keys, as I am now, on the keyboard, yeah, to bring a bigger outer view. And again, so that shows the front of the train, that shows the back of the train. Passenger view. Now you're supposed to be able to move around. I have found that's what you got to view as a passenger, yeah. Next one is previous railway vehicle. So that's the back, that's the front. These and when they're linked, but again we ain't messing with that because it'll derail the train. That's what it looks like over the top of it, yeah. So Again, Wellview is where I can go anywhere in the world and move it. So, again, something I don't want to do. Whoa, don't get speeding. Oh, I've applied emergency brake, never mind. And I've lost a point for doing it. And the other two, and just zoom out and zoom in on thingy. That's your turn the train on, of course, it's a key. The other one is an emergency brake, which again I don't want to be pressing. And of course, if I was better at these controls, I could turn all this off and just work off the dials here. But while I'm still learning, it's only two keys. It's Q and E on a keyboard, and then WS to do front and some at the throttle. So it ain't a lot really to it, but you can all see a visual. You can, it's here, and it's a little harder to see. So it's ain't much game changing by leaving it where it is, having this panel on. Anyway, get the maximum speed out. We've still got just short of 11 miles to travel. Again, don't ask me where in the world I am at the moment, or what part of the UK I'm in. So on top of the foggiest. Oh, I don't intend losing my points. I've already lost one for applying the emergency brake. Didn't see by indicating it. And as Bruce Forsyth would say many years ago, points make prizes. Well, they don't make prizes, but they make you. To where you am in the game. Awards and stuff. I ain't got many at the moment, I must admit. Or achievements. Where I either crash, go too fast. For this one, I'm trying to make it flawless, if I can. Are he's waiting at a signal? No, it's I'm actually catching him up. So I'm faster train, I'll overtake him. It's sure when you're supposed to do your horn, but I always do it when I'm going through a station. Just so to let them know I'm coming through. Old-fashioned train, on diesel. It's 6 miles short of our first destination. Don't want to get carried away by looking through the window and then realise I've just gone over my speed, so keep my eyes front. Better bring that down before I take a little drink. Now where we should be heading for should be coming up on this map in a minute at the bottom. Of course, it's self-explanatory, but these are like the countdown markers to the next set of lights and train stations. Shows you platforms where you're driving through and actually stopping. These buttons are when you call like the signal that's to, like, if you need to change a colour of a light, of course direction of track, and of course turn the train around, yeah. The other one is let passengers on and off, as we seen earlier on. Basically, that's your train simulator, controls and everything in a nutshell. Now I'm gonna they put that on. Now I don't know if I've got to slow down for this station or not. I'm gonna slow down for it because it says go via sandy ups fast. But do I need to slow down for it, or because last time I never slowed down? Yeah. So I'm gonna do it. Right, give me it this time. Now the next one I've got to pick up passengers, so we've got 16 mile now, full throttle, now stopping for nothing, unless it's a red light. Whether they'll look too brilliant. So we now get rid of that. And that's one last thing we've got to worry about. Yep. Got to do now for the 15 miles is just concentrate on the speed, and of course just watch these lights as they change. We have got some lights on this dashboard which we will turn on. That button will do. That's better. If you're wondering why all the dials keep going in and out of focus, it's in settings. I've set depth of field. I should have just had it so that's as sharp as a track. It's a bit annoying. Let it go in Blair as I dip my head. Let's just see if I can lift my head and get the tracking. So it ain't played all the while. Doing that though has made this track play, so I can't really win, can I? Once you've done the settings, you can't change them until you stop the game, which I am about to do. Not for a bit of that anyway. With what settings I've got up here anyway, I don't really need to look at the settings on the dials. I can do everything from up here. Hence why I'll leave this little panel on. Still got 8 more to travel till we get to Stevenage platform 2. Oh, bring my speed down. So all you got to basically do is keep your speed, keep monitoring your speed, and of course when you reach a platform, don't overshoot the platform, so make sure you like slow down. I mean, it's common sense really. I was doing one of these the other night, not streaming it, and the signal just wouldn't change. I was like asking, because like when you press that one, and you call the signal box to change the signal, denied, just wouldn't let me carry on. I get it about 10 minutes and I just restarted the game. I mean, if that's realism for you, you know, whether it had crashed I was sure, but it wouldn't let me proceed any further. And of course when you go into the open world view, which is this one, it's a bit like Euro Trucks. When you put developer mode on, you can like go all over the whole map and see what was up. So there's nothing holding up on any other trains, but on the map, I'll show you when we go through here. Hold on. Yeah, you got a 2D view like this, yeah. So here I am at the moment. There's me. There's the task we're getting to, which is here. That's like a 2D view. So I'd looked on that map, flowed all up through it, and couldn't see nothing stopping it, like, you know, like a derailed train or something. But all the signals, which I'm like, again, for people that don't know, these and what run the train network, was all red all the way down the train line. It was weird. But again, there's nothing I could do about it. Anyway, just 3 mile away from Stevenage. we are. Right, now let's... start applying these brakes. So you should slowly bring this train to a complete stop. No problems. I've lost a point with the train going a little bit too fast, but so max is where it does. So he'll crawl into Stevenage. Turn that on. I mean, the modelling and the detail is bang on. It really is. Anyway, here we come now. Bring it to a nice, gentle stop. Here we go, eh? Emergency brake settings, right. Flip that over. Oh, they're going to let me zoom back in properly. Open the doors anyway. So we see our passengers get off. You know you're doing it right because this button comes up. How long it's going to take you and all that. So you know you're doing it right. No problems. Here's me. It's the train driver. Timeless penalty. But hey, I'm actually doing something right for a change. Right. Okay. So, King's Cross, we've got 27 miles of high-speed training. So it should be, the only King's Cross are now is London. So that's where we're heading now then. There's a few train journeys I ain't still bought on the other one. And over time I will get everyone that's available for the UK. I've spent about, I don't know, a good couple £100 nearly on gaming the last couple of weeks. So that ain't just this one. This is Race Room, which is a racing game, plus this Automobilista 2. So you know it does get a little bit dear when you do enjoy games. But again, you've got something for life. The next thing I'm going to buy me will be Flight Simulator. I actually seen that advertised that I'm going to be doing the Quest 2. The buttons, you can do them with your controllers. I look forward to that. But again, you've got to get a flight stick and stuff, so that's where it tends to get a little bit dear. But I do intend in getting one. Something I think once I master that we'll enjoy as well. Now I have got a flight simulator in VR, but again, it's a lot harder to stream VR. I will try and do it though. That is hard. I could do that. I must admit, I could do it. But it was a cheap game. But I can only play it on the PC, yeah. It's well, I don't have to be tethered, but sat in the console, it's a little bit hard to do the controls because I'm so close to the rig. I need a little bit of room to do the controls. So I have to go wirelessly from the PC, which you can do now with the Oculus 2. Everything can be done wirelessly with their own version of wireless software. It works well. It really is good. I might have the flight sim on the other one where I can control things a lot better. I got more room to put flight sticks on and stuff like that. So that's the only thing I got. We got planes. Well, I ain't got no planes. We got trains, automobiles, and again, flight simulator was something I'd looked into before. Again, this is when I first had a PC, somewhat 20 odd years ago. So you know, technology now and how it's come on. Anyway, we've got 21 more still left to travel. And I did a stream on one of these where it's got thunder and lightning, and it's just like some of the other games that we've got dynamic weathering. Yep. Thunder and lightning, trying to drive a train in thunder and lightning is brilliant. It really is. And of course you can go through time difference as well. So you drive through the night and through the day. It's really good. Like I always say on the channel, there just ain't enough hours in my day. I mean, look at it now. Well into the early hours of the morning, I know I'm streaming games. You know. Again, don't know why, because like YouTube's supposed to have loads of people all over the world watching. Where am you? I'm even on camera for you as well. How rude. Any road. Anyway, it's good though to have me subscribers. I do appreciate the ones that do subscribe to the channel. I think this is the best stream I've done so far because I've only got a few little penalties, which are like minor ones compared to like how I've got loads previous. Anyway, again, it's like anything, eh? The more you do it, the better you become. Been putting some fast times in today. For me anyway, in race room. Again, I really done not much streaming on race room, but I will do. As I watched the other day here in the UK on Sunday, a race which was British touring cars on ITV4. But of course, race room don't do British touring cars, they do world touring cars. So that's the only difference it'll be. But I watched a proper race on Sunday morning on the telly, consisting of, I think it was Brands Hatch, 25 laps. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is redo that race, but using well, touring cars with race room. So I'll do a qualifier. I might do. Not that I need much practice on that circuit, but I'll probably do with the cars because it takes something that I drive is well touring cars, to be fair, but makes a change from driving GT style 3 or 4s, which I tend to drive most of the racing games that I own. So I'll probably do a practice, a qualifier, and like I said, the 25 laps, and just see how we get on. Makes a change. I mean, I have been doing with the ranking this morning, but I've got to get, you got to get more practicing. Again, getting better. It's just learning the circuits, of course, learning where to brake, tuning the cars. I'm slowly getting there, really am. It's inspiring watching some of these people who, you know, in the racing community, the videos they put out, and, you know, try and learn people like myself who like novices, but enjoy it. I mean, it's competitive. If anybody says, oh, it's just gaming, I don't think so. It's, you know, and the love of it, it's aimed just for one age group. You know, old, young, racing these days. And as the saying is, some old boys out there that are really good, put the youngins to shame. So, right, we've still got 12 miles to go. Just get this little beauty up to 100 mile an hour. That's what I'm doing. Don't want to get speeding. I've gone dark again. It's a long tunnel. Here we come back into shot in a second. Here we go. I'm back with you. And I've gone again. Ten miles to go. Weather's still as bad as it was previously. Now, what I looked up, normally it tells you how fast this train can go. But at the moment, this one, it's got nothing to tell me how fast it's going. Or the maximum speed, that's the word I was looking for. And I could only imagine my vibrating cushion now as you go over these train lines. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. That would be so awesome. Now, two things. I mean, you probably think, oh, he's off again, but when you own a VR headset and a vibrating cushion, you expect or you wish that every game they play had these abilities in them, or facilities, whatever you want to call it, yeah? To actually do it. It's like, cause I'm like, oh, he's he's moaning again. I just wish I'd had him. You know, because you think, like, how good would this game then be, or other games, if they had this immersion? Yeah. I mean, I could not now go back and play like Euro trucks and American trucks without having my vibrating cushion. It don't feel the same. Yeah, you know, you're feeling the roar of the engine when you put the brakes on, when you put the gas on, when you're going up the cabs and stuff. Same with the racing. It's just so much better. And like I say, worth every penny. When you're gaming. I mean, I done a little video yesterday. I got out the rig, went to go to the toilet. Anyway, when you pause a game, now I controlled alt out of a game, but it was still working, if that makes sense. And the cushion was vibrating. Of course, it makes my lights go. So basically, the car I was driving in race room was ticking over, and it was lighting my light. And just like I got the engine running, it was lighting the lights, and you could hear it. Boom, 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 boom. I actually did a little small video just on my phone. Might upload it after. I've still got it. It's only, I don't know, 10 seconds, 15 second video, but it just showed what the cushion is. Now, don't forget, I'm sitting underneath that. It's a bit like people who've got these motion rigs. You know what I mean? They must be absolutely awesome to game on one of them. I'd love one. I really would. Again, I ain't got the space in this room for anything. I'll probably have for the one, which is next level racing one. But a proper motion rig, it's a no-no. But I would, or just to have a go on one would be a blessing. You know, just to experience what it feels like being thrown about. Because the cushion, that just vibrates is enough for me to actually feel. I mean, anybody gets 5 minutes, go and have a look at Boosted Media, Will from Australia. Go and have a look at his rig. There's a video out there. Now he had the rig or the motion traction and the vibrating seat or moving seat that I could buy for this rig, and then he went and got a better one where it moves everything. So really good video, and again, nice guys. Will he helped me out when I got my Fanatec wheel. I wasn't too sure on what drivers, so now change the story quickly. That warning then come up here. That was the acknowledgement. Some sign needed me to acknowledge that I'd acknowledged whatever it was, yeah? So you have to press Q on a keyboard, say, yep, I understand whatever, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, this train would have gone into stop mode. And basically, you had to go through the rigmarole of restarting the train, which is a pain in the arse. That's spraying it nicely. The brakes would have gone on the complete Monty. Anyway, we must be getting damn close. Ah, no. Don't want to be putting the brakes on. Brakes on, brakes on. Come on. Still the 65. As we trickle into King's Cross. Really good for me, 710, plus whatever I get at the end. I'm bound to get some good things for it, but like I said, going back to Boosted Media and Will, you can check out his video. I mean, it took him quite a few hours to get rid of his old motion platform to put this new one in and then recalibrate it all up, you know, getting these monitors and whatever he had to do. But it looks awesome, absolutely awesome. Again, take somebody who can just go and pop round Will's ass. He's in Australia and I'm here in the UK. Dear. I think there's a little bit of a time difference and of course distance either. So shame we ain't neighbours. I'll be around his house every day. You always need a little bit of help when you first come on stuff. And like I said, I wasn't too sure on what Fanatec drivers to put in. Will had got a ClubSport wheel 2.5 wheelbase at the time. So, even though I was as busy as he is, because then I like other people messaging him and asking him different things. Somebody from his community, they got back to me, but within 15 minutes, he was replying back to me, and that goes a long way for me. People can put themselves out for others. Another guy, again, I ain't seen much of him since he's been poorly, with Wombat. Oh, no, I'm losing all my points, come on. Wombat's a guy who does the big combos. Or did, with Euro trucks and American truck. Again, he's another guy that helps you out. Oh, I'm speeding. Ow! Losing all my precious points. The lie back, because I'm going after travelling that well. Doing so bloody slow, making me lose my shit, man. Come on. I think this is the end of the line anyway, as they say. Right. King's Cross, welcome to London. Part of it. Yep. Terminates here at the end of that big red thing. We'll just see how bad we've got. I think I've done too bad. Couple of speeding, applying the emergency brakes a few times, but nothing major. I don't think. Why'd I put the emergency brakes on? I would have stopped. Anyway, there we go. King's Cross platform. Question is, did I make it in time? Soon see. It's an empty station. Oh, is it going on? Oh, it's just going on. Gotta get off, love. Train's going to bed. Well, I've done everything it's asked in the road. And I think I was there before at the time. It was June 2059, well I was there before then. So that's 2 minutes quicker than I was. Yeah, sneeze then. Well done, driver. You've managed to complete all your tasks successfully this evening. You can now take a well-earned rest. Okay. Cheers. And there you have it. Oh. That has gained me 887. No XP gained. And no thingy-bob. And this is the breakdown of what damage we had. So, we've got timeless on time. Emergency brake, I lost 3 points there. On time again. Emergency brakes. Timeless. Penalty. Times, hold on, 5, 0 point penalty. Emergency brakes. 26 in a 15, so again speed in emergency brakes. So the realism is there. I was on time, so that ain't that bad to be fair. So, well done me. Anyway, we're going to write all this up, do a picture for it, and I'll see you a bit later. So, a bit.